Stephen Hawking once said, "Disability need not be an obstacle to success." First off, it was different to have my classes switched to being online because of the coronavirus. I had to get used to it, but it was actually very helpful in the end. I was able to be a mother, to work on moving into a new apartment, and to get all of my schoolwork done. Due to this, when I was registering for my classes in the fall, I checked which classes could be taken online. I would potentially find it to be extremely helpful to take online classes again. Strangely enough, many of the classes that I need to complete my 2-year degree were not available online. I found this to be very strange because it came to me that there were probably a lot of other students that would be interested in taking online classes, especially those with disabilities. Though disabled students should never be barred from any learning environment, like all students, some do function better in an environment with limited distractions and more accessibility than might be available in many classrooms or on a very large campus. Disabled students can and will be assisted in classes to a degree, but some will always have more of a need for online classes. All classes should be offered online, at least to help disabled students. Disabled people function well from the assistance of technology, and some may require to be online. In reference to technology, there is a more advanced example of this with a man named Data Guru. From Cerebral Palsy News Today by Brittany Nicole, it was mentioned how Data Guru has amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, or Lou Gehrig's disease. He was both technology and the internet involved in getting the help he needed. He modernizes industries by typing with his eyes. Always an early adapter of new technology, Guru found ways technology advances could help him thrive even as the disease has progressed. 2 decades later, he has become the first person in Guatemala to use Microsoft's new eye-tracked software called Eye Control. That's given him access to private tools, helping his mind overcome the restriction of his body. In addition to the basics of going online in his business is booming. There are many forms of disability, and some students are at least disabled to the degrees of needing online classes. They have a full life and a disability that requires more help than taking an elevator to class. They still deserve to work through the process of degrees and careers with their disabilities, and online education is a great way to assist them. Any student interested in online education as a way of handling their disability should make sure that their program complies with accessibility standards. That's where online education can be very helpful. For example, the ability to take classes in a single environment, such as a home office, guarantees the disability students have will at least allow them to assist their technologies available in one place. Another benefit of online education is that students with behavioral disabilities who have difficulty concentrating amid the normal distractions of a classroom or emotional challenges that prevent them from maintaining appropriate classroom behaviors can create environments in which their ability to focus will not be compromised. In many ways, the same is true for students suffering from serious illnesses. The comfort of a familiar environment and the ability to work at their own pace that is characteristic of online courses can help these students. For example, students who fall among the autism spectrum can benefit from both assistive technologies and limited distractions of online courses. Cheryl Bitlager, PhD of the University of Washington, explains, the Americans with Disabilities Act 88 of 1990 requires that people with disabilities have equal access to public programs and services. According to the law, no otherwise qualified individuals with disabilities shall, solely by reason of their disabilities, be excluded from the participation in the or denied the benefits of or subjected to discrimination in these programs. Besides elevators in buildings, reserved spaces in parking lots, and lifts on the buses, the ADA accessibility requirements also apply to internet-based programs. As the United States Department of Justice clarified, covered entities that use the internet for communications regarding their programs, goods, or services must be prepared for offices to throw these communications through accessibility's means as well. Cape Fear Community College has basic needs for disabled people, such as elevators and ways for the disabled students to have their learning changes to assist to a certain aspect. However, an increase in online classes would be another way to assist those who truly benefit from it. There are people who struggle a little bit more in life, and with a little help and more assistance, we can help them reach their goals as much as everybody else. Being disabled should not mean being disqualified from having access to every aspect of life. Emma Thompson.